Ketamine is the drug I wanna take. Anything just to give my head a break.
That's a bit odd, Eddie. Whenever you're ready, Edward.
I don't have an intro. Okay.
That's
really?
your one thing.
I don't give a shit on that. What's up, guys? Welcome to What the Fuck Happened Last Night. I'm Ed, that's Reese, that's Ryan, that's Jay. I don't have an intro this week because we're on the rope. So, Reese, I'm putting this on you. What's the intro?
Ryan's back home. How's it over there?
So fucking...
For the audio listeners on Spotify, I'm doing 2 solid thumbs up. Yeah.
For the audio listeners on
Mate,
Spotify,
I am so jealous, to be fair, because you've probably got really nice weather and shit as well, don't you?
It's alright. It's cold for here, but it's warm for England, if that makes sense. So.
What's the like average you got?
I don't know. I've not looked into it that deep. I've only been here a couple of days. So.
Ryan, give me the standard deviation of the temperature across this week.
I think it's 6.9420.
Damn, that's kind of deep, bro.
Yeah.
For the audio listeners at home on Spotify, I just want to raise a point. Every one of us looks like we've had the worst week of our life. I'm not gonna lie. Like Jay, he doesn't look nearly as bad as he did a few.
Nah, to be fair, I've seen Jay look way more dead inside than this.
I think you've seen me on Snapchat look way worse.
Shall we address the elephant in the room? That is.
Don't call me that.
I'm
trying to lose weight, alright? Just...
Wait, Ed, your weight loss has been going well, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm down to 27 stone or 1 pound.
Well done.
Oh, you know what made me laugh? I don't remember what day this was, but I woke up and I went to check my Snapchat, and it was the perfect example of there's 2 types of people, and I think it was Eddie being full week of my diet going banging and doing all these projects that I'm loving, and then on the other side there was Jay being I don't remember what you said, but it was something fucking stupid I'd fuck an elephant just to die right now.
What? No, I never said that.
He never said that, but it was something along the line, and the contrast was fucking excellent. I wish I'd screenshotted it.
I can't remember what.
It was fucking brilliant.
What day was it?
I don't remember, mate. It was between last week's recording and today.
Jay's Snapchat stories are very funny, to be fair.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when Jay sends me a Snapchat story, he looks so dead. I remember he sent me a Snapchat a while back, and I genuinely seen more life in a fucking mall. He looked like a fucking zombie.
That's just a normal Wednesday night for me. I'm in bed, I look dead, I feel gone. Because the next day I'm working, I don't want to wake up. I just want to shoot my brains out. It's horrible.
Welcome to the What the Fuck Happened Last Night, where we good vibes only, guy.
Good vibes only. I was dating a girl once, right? And
of course you are. Of course you are.
We kept on going out for drinks on a Wednesday because she worked all week, I worked all week. Being a bouncer, I can't go out for drinks on a weekend, so I had to go out on a Wednesday. And
why do you need to justify going out for drinks on Wednesday?
Because not all of us are alcoholics, right? So what happened was
Wednesday's student night, though.
Student night.
No, I'll actually back Ryan here. This is the one time he's not an alcoholic.
Fine. Anyway, it got to the point where I had to go round and meet her parents. And the mum was like, alright, so you've been going out for drinks on a Wednesday and all for care to explain? And I'm like, oh god, this must be an age thing. Alright, it's just, I think it's
what do you mean the age thing? How old was she? 15?
What? No, the mum.
Oh, okay. Well, why is it an age thing?
Eddie calls nonce confirmed.
Oh, Reese, you're not one to talk shop.
No. I sent Eddie this video. There was a video of me. It came up on my Snapchat memories a year ago today, calling Eddie a nonce, and it was when Eddie flipped out about it. It's the funniest video ever.
Look, we're not when we joked about you being a nonce, you actually deleted that part of the fucking podcast. So do you really want to encourage this?
I know it's the power of being the editor, mate.
Oh,
I
God,
get a
It's
pick
the
what
hypocrisy.
what
It's
goes
the
in and out.
hypocrisy. Yeah, and you've been leaving a lot of really random bits before the intro as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've cut out a fair amount for you boys as well. To be fair,
I'm just saying. I know I've got for all the Spotify listeners, I've got a green screen background now. Eddie, if you not Eddie, sorry, Reese, if you edit this and put random like cocks behind me or
No, it's got to be Belle. It has to be Belle with you.
it has to be Belle. To be fair.
To be fair, did you bring up Belle Delphine last week, or was that the first
I
time?
mean, I'm being honest. Jay is very rarely the one to bring up Belle Delphine. It's usually us.
Nah.
Nah,
He does-
to be fair, it's just an ongoing meme now, though. Like on the Twitter, it's been happening a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, Frank
should
said to
definitely-
me,
Jay, who would win in a fight between Frank and Belle Delphine?
"Oh, Frank."
Wait, Frank uploaded on Instagram today, didn't she, Aswa?
Yeah, she did. But Frank.
Why are you
said-
stalking Brian's
She
Instagram?
I'm not. I just forgot I followed her. I was like, "Who the fuck's this?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, it's Frank."
Because Reese's understanding of boundaries is impressive. How
Yeah,
little we understand them.
I won't lie. Also, in my Snapchat memories from a year ago today, I just saw it earlier. There's me third wheeling with Eddie and his ex in their room, and it is the funniest. I'll show it to you boys.
Is this
it's very
X?
funny.
Is this
No,
X?
no.
Wait. Is this X cancer patient or Shrek?
Cancer patient. It was when you were on FaceTime to her. I stormed in and was like, "No, let me talk."
and he's like, "That's the thing."
The thing is, Reese is a thick piece of shit, but like, he's not dumb enough to not understand boundaries. He just doesn't respect anything.
I mean, it's not that he doesn't
Yeah, that's
understand them. It's that he understands he's crossing the line and actively does it anyway. He's like, he acknowledges the line is there while crossing it, and it's part of his dickhead charm. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Sorry, charm. That's a big word.
I would
for
say a
Reese.
bigger cross of the line is lying about having cancer. So I would say I'm still winning out of the three.
Yeah, but that's like saying
You know what, right?
better than Hitler because I murdered less people. That doesn't.
You know what, right? I'm not gonna lie. So remember, this ex actually, like, she messaged me just like, "Oh well, you're not gonna do better than me," and I'm like, "You lied to me about having cancer. That's such a low bar. I don't think there's many girls that wouldn't be able to surpass that. Like you have set the bar so low of what I consider to be a healthy relationship that,
Yeah.
that there's nothing the girl that I'm with that could do that would make me think I miss Jade. Like, just there's nothing they could do."
Oh,
Wait,
pouring her out
only
on the
upwards.
podcast.
Huh?
There's only
Oh, don't
upwards
jinx
from there.
it. Don't jinx it, Reese.
Yeah, to be fair, watch every girlfriend he has from now on just lie about having a different terminal illness.
Oh, I just
No,
thought,
he'd run out eventually. There's not that many. Is there?
I've got the new strain of Corona. Just sit there.
Corona's not a terminal illness.
I know they run out of them. They're just like, look. I'm trying to be topical, all right. I'm trying to get with the new.
Nah, bro, let's get rid of that.
Get rid of COVID. No one wants to talk about it. Everyone hates it.
Oh man, everyone loves COVID. It's great.
Suck your nan. Honestly,
It's
COVID could suck all your nans so
Leave-
hard. I
leave-
wouldn't give a shit.
Leave grandmother Quinn out of this.
Oh, I don't actually want COVID to like infect your nans, but you know what I mean.
Wow.
I just want to have a smooth transition from that. And does anybody have any cool ghost stories? The main
Oh
theme
yeah,
today.
the episode theme is ghost stories.
Because we decided whenever we go into an episode with no theme, it just comes out shit.
I mean,
It's really helpful.
have you seen how this episode's turned out?
To be fair, I think the USP of our podcast is that it's just a shithousery.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, like, when I was
It allows
forced
us to
to come up with the description on the spot, like, you know, I feel like, you know, I got it straight on the head.
Yeah, I don't think anyone listens to this thinking, "Oh, this is going to be a really well-structured episode today."
No one listens to our podcast expecting. No one listens to our podcast expecting like a professional environment where we discuss actual things. It's usually just Logan Paul, Sidemen, Ed's love life.
In our defence, though, I was watching some of Impulsive. Well, I wasn't watching. I was listening to it whilst I was training, and what I notice is whenever they don't have a guest on for an interview, they also it turns into a bit of a shambles as well. And
so what you're saying is we need to get...
Yeah, but there's a difference. Alright, but there's a difference between us just fucking rambling on for the fucking sake of it.
Ryan, I'm not comparing us to Impulsive. I think there's quite a big gap there.
Yeah.
But as in what I'm saying is we're not helping ourselves. I think when we start to do guest episodes, that should help.
Well, that's only a couple episodes away, isn't it? Episode 10.
What I'm gonna say is that you know, compared to us, Joe Rogan ain't shit. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you know, I'm just gonna pour another drink and just stick with what
I'm drinking today, Eddie.
Buckfast, if you know what that is. It's the drink of my people.
Reese doesn't know anything that isn't a 1 pint of Foster's.
It's just, Carlin, come on, give the man his due.
Carlin, to be fair.
It's ginger wine.
Oh, okay.
It sounds grim. It is grim, but God help me, does it do the job? Buckfast, fun for the whole family.
This episode is not sponsored by Buckfast.
Yeah, we're not.
This episode is sponsored by liver failure.
We should probably plug the actual sponsor.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah. We should be wearing the merch next week, whenever we get it.
I mean, I'm a bit fucking far from where my merch is going, so it might be a couple more weeks.
Well, me and Jay will be wearing it. That's fine.
Yeah. We'll I mean, I don't know when they've sent it out. I'm yet to hear back from them. They might have watched 5 minutes of one of our episodes and gone, nope.
Actually, fuck that shit.
Let's ditch this. Yeah, hopefully not.
You know, I'm gonna just say this because I hope if I say it enough, they'll send me free shit. This episode is sponsored by My Protein. You know, for all of your protein.
No, it's not. You can't claim that we're sponsored when we're not. Otherwise,
no. If I say it enough, I'll get free protein. That's not the way it works.
You can't threaten someone with
sponsorship. I've been meaning to say this for a while. For legal and personal, whatever morals I may have left standpoint, I do not associate, neither do I condone the things said by other members of this podcast, notably during sponsor spots or the outros of the episodes.
That's a lie. You come up with half the outros.
Dude, I literally I tell you to get rid of half the outros because they're fucking ridiculous.
Ryan at the start of every episode, or when we get close to the outro, goes, "Oh shit, I'm scared. What's he gonna say today?" I don't think Ryan's ever been involved in the outro, or any of us for that matter.
I'm not sure.
It's like watching a good movie and hoping the climax is good.
That is the worst metaphor comparison you could have used.
I mean, when you say
Ryan, I'm backing you, shut up, man.
Reese, honestly, it was better when you weren't talking last. It was better when you were quiet all episode.
I'm gonna mute.
Back to the sponsor. It's Elite Clothing 2 weeks in a row. Anthony, if you're watching this, because that's the guy who runs the place, I'm shrinking.
You just dropped. You just dropped a little bit. I saw that.
Do you want to know something though?
Just for context.
I've just dropped my chair, but nothing drops harder than Elite Clothing, right? 2 weeks in a row, yeah, and get yours. I'm sure we'll get a link thing this week. He said he will send me it this week, so I'm sure we'll get it.
So professional.
Mate, just for context, whilst we were waiting for certain people to join the call and set up everything, Jay had a piece of a roll of scotch tape and was taping his chair back together.
Then again, also while we was waiting for Reese to finish in the shower, I also serenaded Ryan with the lyrics WAP, you know, just...
obviously I like people being on time, but my main struggle with Reese being late every week is that I've just got to put up with Eddie and Jay rambling nonsense.
Don't even say Jay, you had to put up with Eddie.
The thing is, you're rambling nonsense, but you're not rambling fun nonsense because you're saving your fun nonsense for the podcast. You're rambling all your shithouses true waffle that means nothing and says nothing. I really
admire you for thinking that is me saving my true, not my good one.
Eddie, can you is it acceptable to talk about the goth thing you were talking about?
Yeah, sure. Oh god. Okay, so I just want to preface this by saying that I've been on VC with this girl multiple times. Okay, I know that she's a girl for one. Okay, and I know that she's over 19 for another, because with Discord you can't know, and I am not going to die on this hill today. I am neither gay nor a paedophile. Right? That's that bit done.
Not
right?
this time. Not this time.
Not
Let's
tonight,
go.
boys. Not tonight. So,
Your triangle tattoos say otherwise, mate.
Alright, so basically, me and her like started talking like fucking close to a year ago in this Discord server, and like, you know, we joke flirt. We never actually seriously flirt. It was always joke flirting, right? Then what happened was I started talking to someone in real life, and like I kind of thought, okay, I kind of like this person. I don't want to fuck it up. I probably shot myself in it by saying that, but I don't give a shit, alright? So what happened was I've stopped talking to her recently. Like, you know, the other day I hadn't spoken to her in about 2 weeks. Her reaction to me not talking to her in 2 weeks was absolutely beautiful. She's decided to get absolutely smashed on vodka and whiskey. Alright, classy, may I add. Things I look for in a woman. And just messaged me, and by quote, I want you to spit in my mouth and call me a slut. Okay, you know, like, if there was a way to my heart, you know, you found it. You found it. Then she proceeds to tell every...
I did tell my mum to stop sending them texts.
No,
Didn't listen.
Then
For fuck's sake.
she proceeds to tell everyone in this Discord server I'm her boyfriend. And today she just randomly she basically sent me a nude. She sent me a picture of her tit with a...
Is this the person you're speaking to IRL, or is this the person that you speak to on
I've
Discord?
never met her. I've never met her. She's from Discord entirely. I've been friends with her, yeah. But then today she just sent me a nude with she has a nipple bar, and she's just like, oh, do you like my nipple bar? And like, I just responded with, mate, this is about as subtle as Anne Frank's drum kit. What are you trying to achieve here? All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna openly say this. These goth girls are gonna be the death of me. Yeah.
So I didn't need to know that my mum had a nipple bar. So you know, it's not something I need to know.
Jay, she is a beautiful.
Jay, you wish she had her nipple bar when she was breastfeeding you, mate. That shit tastes nice. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Wait,
No, look,
we've so got to clip that for whenever
That-
Jay's
oh,
mum ever
brilliant,
comes
yeah,
in.
Yeah, this is a great way to touch on the ghost, the subject of ghosts.
No, it's just
My-
like a nipple bar while breastfeeding. I love the taste of, like, you know, daddy issues while I'm drinking milk. It's just great. It's like...
Wait, Reese, did you say we got to clip that for when my mum comes on?
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, my mum ain't ever coming on this podcast.
Well, mate, we've had
Ever.
your dad walking in you in a mankini, so I think it's not too far-fetched.
Nah, I don't know my mum, do I? I live with my dad. I'd rarely see my mum.
Shit.
So I ain't getting my mum on this podcast.
Oh, shit.
She ain't gonna watch any of
Oh,
this. It's
shit.
fine. No.
Oh,
My
shit.
mum, right, Reece, my mum legitimately
Reese is like,
thinks...
oh, no.
My
Right,
mum,
mate,
whenever I've stayed around yours, my mum's legitimately compared me and you, Reece, to a gay couple. Legitimately. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. You know, we sleep next to each other. I cook, you do nothing. It's great. Like, just like.
I cook usually. You've cooked once.
No, Reese, you don't cook.
I make
You
something
heat things
that
up.
some would consider edible.
Throwing half a kilo of mincemeat into a pan with some tomatoes and spaghetti doesn't count as cooking.
Look, why do we always come on to my cooking ability? Okay. Why don't you lot, instead of bullying me, help me? You know what? You can film it. Teach me how to cook. Teach me how to cook.
How to make a chicken chow mein, and you went, no, I know how to make bag bowl. I don't
Reese,
need
when
to
it
do
comes to your
Beautiful.
drinking and your cooking,
This
there is
is-
no hope.
How me and Eddie sleep together, if you can see that.
No
We
one can
can't
see
see
that.
it.
No one can see that.
That's kind of sad.
I have to
Surely
say
not.
though, I know that.
Mate,
photo,
Jay,
and I-
Jay sees his mum more than he can see that picture.
Yeah.
Anyways, the subject of ghosts.
No! Oh, Reese, if there's any time to edit this, Mum, I'm sorry.
Why are you talking to the... No, he's talking to the green screen.
Because I'm
No,
gonna
no,
green
he's
screen
talking
that.
to the green screen. That is the perfect opportunity for you to edit it. Edit just a stock image of someone's mother there.
No, you know what would be really funny?
Oh,
Still
yeah,
Belle,
myself.
still Belle Delphine
No,
there.
no.
Still
No,
Belle
because then
Delphine.
You know
for
what?
Jay,
Frank
Delphina's mummy.
No, Frank has said to me, she goes, "What is it with this Belle Delphine thing?" She says something like, "Oh, do you actually like her or something?" I was like, "No, she's a weirdo."
Wait, what
Does she
just
listen
ruined
to the
Jay's
podcast?
relationship?
Bro,
Did she listen
yes.
to the podcast?
Frank's gonna text us one day, God help her, and be like,
Frank,
"Oh, I want to surprise Jay for his birthday or something. What should I do?" And all of us just immediately sent her like Belle Delphine cosplay on Amazon, and that's it. No text, no nothing.
I've got a really good idea.
No.
Ryan, I'm gonna send you a text so it'll show up on your phone.
Frank, this is my formal invitation to you to come onto this podcast. Okay,
No,
take it from me. I am the emissary. If you want to come onto this podcast, contact me directly. The Great Orchid on Snapchat, or you can contact me.
Eddie, mate.
Okay,
No.
I will gladly invite you into our inner circle where you can become an interviewee on the podcast.
Right, Reese, I love your message in the sentiment in it, but I can't get over your fucking WhatsApp profile picture. What the fuck, bro? That's the most fuckboy shit I've ever seen from you, and that's.
Wait, what is this message?
No,
Oh wait, no, it's changed. There's a different one from my notifications. My notification one was a fucking one of you shirtless in bed going.
Oh god, Reese, I'll
should
tell
have
you
been
the
it.
surprise
What?
that I have. Reese, I'll tell you the surprise that I had for one of the podcasts if you
What?
tell me what that text is.
No,
You know when I was saying about
No.
Christmas?
no,
No? Oh, it's off.
mate, no.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I hate
I'm
this.
sorry. This is a surprise for you.
I quit. I'm out.
Oh, if you quit, that makes the whole bit even funnier.
It's just next week. He left. I thought he legitimately left.
So lads, the topic for the week that we've managed to beautifully ramble on away from.
Oh yeah, ghost stories. So you know,
No wait, does anyone here genuinely believe in ghosts?
kinda in a roundabout way.
I-
I used to read, I used to read tarot cards, and I used to be really into it. And I actually had a grimoire for a while. I was legitimately into paganism and Wiccan culture. So I've been around the block, we'll say. I know a
Oh, we
lot.
knew that already. We're talking about ghosts here though, Eddie.
I know a lot about it. I know a lot about demonology and stuff like that, more than I probably should know. But yeah, so I don't want to say I believe in them. I'm open to the idea of, yeah. I'll put it this way: I will never use an Ouija board out of sheer fear that it might be real.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about you, Reese?
As we all know, the only thing I'm scared of is ghosts, but also is
And a real proper drinking session.
and that's true. But
And maybe commitment in the long term.
fucking hell. Okay, anyway. But same as Eddie, is one of those things. I don't think it's real, but on the off chance they do exist, then yeah, I'm scared shitless of them.
What about you, Jay? Oh, his mic's gone again. This podcast is such a shit show.
No, I think he's having a protest because I won't tell him the thing. But is that,
No, mate, I
is
think
that
his
right?
mic's generally muted.
Jay, we can't hear you.
Can you hear us? Oh, he's unplugged.
I thought you were on about Eddie. I started booing. I was like booing. I was like, I can hear him. And you guys are like, Jay, you can't. I was like, oh shit. No, yeah, I'm a firm believer in ghosts. I've seen some shit in my life. It's not one of them crazy old men. Believing it. I've seen some shit. No, I don't want to say. So some shit I've said. I don't want to say it is ghosts because I always believe that there's always a valid reason for something happening. But the fact that it could be freaks me out. But I'm obsessed with trying to find out if they're real. I want to do some exploration shit at like abandoned places. Another video idea.
I used to. There's quite a few around here that we used to go around. Because so in my school when I was here, every year we'd have to film a film for Spanish for Halloween, and on the last like Friday before we break up for Halloween, and we'd all sit in the hall and like watch everyone's films, and there'd be like winners and shit. It was sick. It was also good fun because it was always an excuse to just go to like forests and like abandoned warehouses and like abandoned like buildings and shit and film horror movies and kick about with your mates. But yeah.
Well, Ryan, isn't next to you that all of the broken buildings that was like ex-RAF camp or something, wasn't it? Because apparently a load of people...
Oh wait, in Uxbridge. Yeah, in
a
Uxbridge.
load of people explore around that.
Yeah. The buildings. There's still some buildings like two or three blocks away from where I am that like have been abandoned for ages.
Yeah.
Well, in Uxbridge, not here.
What the fuck happened last night? My overnight challenge at an ex-RAF camp.
I'm done.
Can I just say, my little brothers all day, every time I've mentioned I need to record the podcast today, have been like, yeah, but are we actually going to find out this time what the fuck happened last night?
I feel like we can do an episode on that when we've had...
We're allowed to fucking go out.
Yeah, when we've had a night out and we're filming the next day and we're all hungover to shit.
Yeah.
Can we just do like our own version of The Hangover? Just like, you know.
I'm so down.
We lose
so...
We got
I probably, yeah. But the thing is, I wander on nights out a lot. So yeah, that's so like so possible.
If we was to like say who's who in the Hangovers out of us, I think we all know who I am.
Curious.
We all know who I am.
I'm curious to hear what everyone would think.
Like I'm definitely the fucking nutcase that killed a giraffe. Who are you three?
I want to hear what people think.
I think Reese would be Bradley Cooper.
Don't say that! His ego's too fucking
Is Bradley
huge
Cooper
already.
the one that stole, is Bradley Cooper the one that stole the money from the kids in the first one?
It's been a long time since I've seen this.
He ends up like taking school trip fees from all of them to pay for his like Vegas trip.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't Bradley Cooper, was it? It was the other guy. I'm so bad with names of actors.
I would say Reese is that guy. Reese is that guy.
Ed Helms, isn't it? Ed Helms.
No, Ed Helms is Ed Helms. To be honest, you know what? I shouldn't have asked this question. I don't know who any of them are.
And
to me, it's alright. So one of them is the guy who's just an arsehole. That's Reese. One of them is the guy that's getting married. I would say that's likely Ryan.
Yeah, to be fair,
It's such a dumb.
And the other one's the one that's getting abused by his girlfriend. So that's Jay.
Out of all four of us, I think Ryan's going to be the first to get married, to be fair.
Mate, I'm literally the only person right now who isn't dating anyone or isn't texting someone.
Yeah, but Ryan...
Or hasn't been for like a year.
Ryan, I feel like when you getting one, though, is going to last the whole time.
I feel like, you know, Ryan might be
that's kind of the point.
It's either going to be me or Ryan that gets married first. But Ryan, it will be a planned marriage. For me, it will probably be like I met a girl in Amsterdam on a night and just decided to do one of those impulse marriages. Which forever live to regret.
The Boys Take Vegas. Sue Gets Married First by Elvis. Us four. Whoever gets married first loses.
No.
I'm so down.
Sorry, if the person who gets married last loses.
Yeah,
I'm so good, bro. I'm so good.
The problem with this is, right, that requires us, all four of us, to make a life-altering decision, which we definitely
the level of prenup I would have to be ready to take on this challenge.
Or the Boys Take Vegas, right? We all have to try and find a random woman to say yes. The last person to get someone to say yes has to get married.
Yeah, but that's worse because you're debating someone into thinking they're getting married. Bro, if I'm getting someone to say yes at any point in my life, I'm not putting my chances on wasting it on a game.
Alright, let's think about this. So that would require we require each of us to make an incredibly morally hazy decision that would potentially hurt a girl. So Reese will be fine with it. It's the other three of us.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Fucking hell.
Reese seems so hurt by that. Reese, are you alright?
No, it's just because he's not wrong.
So true. It's so
His ex almost broke up with him because of how.
What was it? What was it you said to me the other day? Like I don't even remember what you said. It was just you was like, Ed, if you was a girl, I wouldn't shag you. Like no, and I was like, Reese, I've seen how you treat women. Like I can't really fucking remember. It was like, oh yeah, it was just like, Ed, if you was gay, I would shag you. And I was like, no. And he went, why? And I've seen how you treat women. Do you really think I would want to be like put into that list of like conquest? Oh god.
Anyway, so back to the topic.
Yeah, let's go back to the topic. Let's stop talking about Reese's love life.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Has anyone ever had any paranormal experiences? You guys are.
I've been ghosted by multiple women.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was waiting for someone to say, Ryan, do you believe in ghosts? And then my response was gonna be, I've been ghosted enough times that you would think I would, but I don't.
This is a hurtful podcast, isn't it?
This
Mate,
is a bit of a savage
this
one.
week-
I won't lie. This one is a savage one.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you one story. I'm convinced there is a room in my house that is haunted, and I'm not even capping.
Is
So,
that why your room's always red?
No, my room's always red because you know what they say about red lights. Red lights.
Highest period light a bit better.
Yeah, it's what? No, I'm joking. So like growing up, my nan and granddad used to live in the house with us. Like, you know.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I don't like where this story could go.
My nan and granddad used to live in the house with us.
This sounds like the start to a horror film already.
This isn't no. There's no real horror aspect to this. It's just like my nan used to smoke. My granddad, I got on well with my nan and granddad. Eventually, they did what most humans do when they reach the ripe tender age of anything above 80, and they died. And then what happened was,
Did they die in the house or not in the house?
I think they both died in the. No, my nan died in the hospital. I don't really remember. I kind of pushed the memories out of my mind. But their bedroom is at the front of the house, and I'm not gonna lie, that bedroom gives me such bad fucking vibes. Like, I refuse to go in there at night. I refuse to. Like, Mum and Dad keep the cans of drink in there because they know I won't go in there to get them at night. And I recently found out. I've recently gone, Mum's gone, why don't you go in there? And I've got really bad vibes. It turns out my nan's and granddad's ashes have been in there that entire fucking time. I just kind of said, I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough, okay. Yeah, that's my horror story. Yeah, it's not really a horror story. It's just there's a room in my house that I don't like. Jay, let's move on to you. You probably have a good one.
Great. I was house sitting. I think it was 2017. My mum, my stepdad, my sister went away. Can't remember where. Don't care. House sitting, watching the dog. And no, it was 2018. So the layout to our living room was there was a sofa here.
Wait, did you live in the house?
No, I lived where I'm living now with my dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went over to my mum's house for the week to dog sit and just watch the house while they were gone. And the pay was shit, but no. So the layout of the living room was the door was on the right, and then the sofa was like to the back wall, and then we had the sofa next to the door as well. So the dog was laying next to me, and we had like a little. We had an Eddie. We had a little unit in front of the TV.
Look at Eddie's face.
He was like, yeah, and there was a glass just sat there, just like on this unit. And then next thing I know, the glass just flies off. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And the dog ball that was too big for the dog's mouth rolls out from behind the sofa. I'm like, this is weird. And then there was a teddy bear that was on the unit as well. So as it was like sat there, I went out the room, came back in, and it had turned. I'm like, weird shit. But like I said earlier, I can't say this is a ghost because my mind goes, no, there's something else going on. It was probably the cat, but then the cat wasn't in the room. And I'm like, people go, it's the dog. The dog was next to me. And it's just weird because, like I say, my mind goes to, there's a valid reason why this is happening. But half my head's going like, yeah, it's a ghost. It's just weird shit.
The only thing I can think of that's seemingly a ghost story is I was watching a Linus Tech Tips video this morning, and they were upgrading someone's setup, and the guy was talking about his desk, and he was like, I swear my desk is haunted, these drawers open sometimes.
Oh,
and Linus was like, he's like, have you checked if the desk is level? And he's like, I don't know. And then he puts a pen down on the desk, and the pen rolls off because the desk is not level, and that's why the drawers were opening.
Live, laugh, loud. Love it.
Live, laugh, loud.
Oh my God.
That was the most Dennis thing. Like the whole episode was as Dennis as you could imagine it to be.
Have you seen?
It makes no sense to you.
Have you seen the Linus episode where he's making a PC for Two Mad?
Yes, and then he's just like, oh, it's like, and then up at the end when he's just like, yeah, it's basically the same spec as I've got at home, but like mine's brokey.
It's when he just flips out. He's like, wait, you have a good PC at home, why are we doing this? And he's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's
so I love Too Bad and like content creators like that. I don't think they get enough recognition. There's a new Minecraft server that people like Too Mad, like the Misfits are on. Like I think it's the guy who from one of the kids from Stranger Things or something like that is hosting it. And he's got like Jay Schlatt, and he's got like the Misfits, and he's even got like some like really normal streamers, if that makes sense as well, which is quite an interesting mix.
All they're missing is the crew, and that's like a god tier.
Yeah, well they've got like Jaden Animations on it. They've got like, who else have they got on it? I can't think off the top of my head. And it's just a jokes mix of people like Too Mad and Travis and shit like that.
I rewatched KSI on the Dream SMP server the other day, and the school was just one of the funniest things I've seen in so long. Like, it is just
jokes, yeah. I mean, they're so funny because at the moment, since the first season, as they kind of call it, they've moved from one writer to different people writing their own story arcs, and it's become such a shit show because it's like, timing is so badly organized, but you also have like two very drastic sides of the server where there's people like really dramatic and like crying and like acting and shit, and then on the other side you've got people fucking singing WAP and like dancing and karaoke to like Call Me Maybe.
Sorry, can I spit out?
Eddie, what's going on?
I don't know, Jay started laughing. He caused me to start laughing.
Ryan was talking, and I just see Eddie just
you know the two kids that you have to separate just because they can't sit next to each other, they just can't.
And then they look at each other from across the room and start giggling. That's these two.
That's Eddie and Jay in the
the conversation me and him had the other night was, wow, it was
yeah,
beautiful.
you played that to me. I was very confused.
Oh, God.
Oh no, what confused me about that was that Jay was like, do you want to see Eddie's answers? And then he sends me a screenshot of the voice notes. And I'm like, bro, that's not how...
No, I knew that you couldn't listen. I was like, look how many he sent.
Bro, so I'm an idiot and I don't Snapchat people. I spent like a full minute and a half trying to figure out whether I could actually open the voice notes or not. Or whether I was missing something.
People on Spotify. Ryan was explaining what he was talking. I just see the biggest grin on Eddie's face. And I start laughing because I didn't know what was going on. So I thought there was a joke that was made. So I giggled, and then I see Eddie burst into laugh.
I mean, look, it's just.
Oh, guess what music Eddie was listening to the other day. So he just messages me like quite early in the morning and just goes, "Reese, I'm in a weird mood. just sends me a screenshot. He's listening to Corpse Husband, the E-Girl song. I was just like, what the fuck?
Bro, I wasn't even talking about that. Like,
That's not even. That's like the least surprising thing you could have said.
yeah, for me, no. I'm gonna tell you the
No,
other.
for Eddie, that's surprising.
Let me just say the other songs that are appearing on my Spotify. That was the reason why I'm in a weird mood. Let me get them up, just because I don't listen to this kind of music. I like listening to like stuff like Terror. So if I go down my most recent songs that have been added to my Spotify, Day and Night by Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Mate, there's some throwback bangers on that.
Glad You Came by The Wanted. Secret,
love that.
Republic. Ben 10 theme song. Cool Kids.
Mate, it's an absolute banger of a playlist.
Kim Possible.
I've got way more playlists. Oh, I wonder why the Kim Possible intro may have come up in conversation.
What was with you asking us all which cartoon characters we find fit?
I was gonna put it for a TikTok and be like, oh, asking my mates which cartoon characters they shag. And then you guys come up with your normal answers, and then there's Eddie going, I've got a list. She got.
How is that surprising? How is that surprising?
Eddie pulls that list. Let me do the list. It's my list.
Go on, do the list.
Kim Possible. Used to watch that show when I was a kid, and I can single-handedly say that character ruined my taste in women. Gwen from Total Drama Island. Used to watch as a kid. Ruined my taste in women. I don't even know who it was. I was shipping her and Duncan, by the way. I don't know why she ended up with who she did, but it's a cartoon. I'm not going to get into it. Ingrid Third from Fillmore. Out There Show. Used to watch it when I was a kid. She was weird. She had a photographic memory. Don't know why I found it hot. I did. The front of her head looked kind of like a weird dessert.
Say the next one.
Ramona Flowers. Not from the film, that's not a cartoon character, but from the game. I've played that game to death. I hate the character so much, but, I've given the opportunity. Harley Quinn, from the Assaulted Batman universe. Everyone gets that, I don't need to justify that. Yeah. Velma from Scooby-Doo. Jay knows why. He can explain it if he wants, I'm not doing it. And Cheryl from Archer. Jay, explain why I chose Velma over Daphne.
No, I'm not going to explain it, because I can't be asked, it's too long. He said Scooby-Doo, right? And I want to just rewind a little minute to Eddie's podcast. Playlist. I've got a Spotify playlist to do with Scooby-Doo. It's just called Bangers, and it's all What's Me Scooby-Doo.
I'm not going to lie. The Trap Island remix of What's Me
What group of people have we put together? What is this?
Ryan, which characters did you put?
I don't remember, mate. I've missed out so many, I'm sure.
I'm sure I can tell you.
I don't have a list ready. There's definitely if you showed me if there was a Tinder, I would know who yes and no. But you know what's funny? It reminded me there was this cartoon I watched when I was a kid, and it was on Disney XD or something like that, and it was before Hello Kitty or some stupid shit, because it was before after school hours, and the two girls on it were so hot, and they were chocolate and vanilla or some shit, and they changed transformed, and it was anime kind of style, and they were my sexual awakening. I swear down, but I cannot remember for the life of me the name of the show.
I don't even know what my sexual awakening was. Who was the teenage girl at a foster's home for imaginary friends?
She's 10.
But she's not 10. She's the redhead.
Do you remember? Do you remember when Eddie started hitting on Samantha Maxis?
Oh god.
That came out wrong. Alright, I didn't hit on her. I simply inquired about her age in the most recent instalment of the zombie series. Alright, I kept it 100% wholesome. I didn't say anything. I just asked how old she is.
Nah, mate. To be fair, you've got a CID these days.
You got to check if they got a zip card, zip it back up. That's all it is. If they've got the zip, don't unzip. That's it. Golden rule.
What?
I mean, I usually take a few more steps before unzipping, but you do you.
I mean, you know, like I just, you know, what the naked.
Oh, you're 18, all right.
You,
That's
you
your
know,
logic.
you know the bro code. I actually like all I want in life is Eddie to make a book on like his tips and tricks for girls.
His immorality.
I feel like that would be amazing.
My tips and tricks for girls. Okay, when I say nose ring, because I know I've got shit for this before, I mean this, not saying there. Alice, this is not an attack on you, alright? If they've got blue hair, if they've got blue hair and a nose ring,
This whole
then
time.
Leave to name her.
Eddie, we've been giving people fake names this whole time, and you've just like today you've called out your ex and you've brought up Alex, like just fully name dropped.
Reese, you can keep Jade's name in this. Reese, you can keep Jade's name in this because I don't give a shit. Alright?
The best bit is every single week I get a message from Eddie the next day going, "Hey Reese, can you just like cut that bit out?" He always does it. Then the next day he goes, "I shouldn't have said that."
He regrets what happened last night. You know what? I would, right, cartoon characters, right? I'd go for, is it Go-Go from Big Hero 6? You know the one that's given like the wheels?
Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah.
And in that film she was 17, which was 2014, right? Now she'd be 23, so ain't got an issue, boys.
You can tell he's
Yeah.
not
How much you thought about it.
That's what I was Googling. I was like, I've got to Google her age, innit? Doesn't matter, she's a cartoon character.
I mean, fundamentally...
It still matters.
What?
I'm sorry, if you're trying to
What?
fuck Peppa
Yes, it
Pig,
does.
that's still messed up.
Jay, what the fuck?
Jay, I just want to raise a point.
Oh, Jesus.
Jay, what?
Right, she's 17, she's legal. 16 is the legal age.
Yeah, but it's not because it's a cartoon character that it doesn't matter. That's
No,
not
I'm
true.
Not saying that. Oh, you're making it sound way worse.
Jay,
than it
Jay,
is.
you literally said, "Oh, it's a cartoon character. It doesn't even matter."
No, not like that. Like it doesn't. It's not real. It doesn't exist. So it's
Yeah, but it
bullshit.
doesn't mean you can hit on a cartoon of a baby.
Does he even fantasize about?
Jay, answer me this.
Jay, what's going on? Jay, what's going on?
Reese, just stop it.
23 now.
Jay, would you take Boss Baby out to a nice dinner? That's what I want to know.
No. And also, Reese,
Hold
she
on.
ain't a baby, bro. She's like 17. 20 now.
It's what you
Oh,
said,
she
though.
was.
It's what you said after.
Oh my god. No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter about age. I'm saying hers doesn't matter because she's 17 and she's a cartoon, so it's not real.
Watch
I'm
me,
not a nonce.
watch me get the message from Jay now going, "Hey Reese, can you cut that bit out?"
I can just
this
agree
was-
the last 10 minutes of this has just been an absolute shambles, right?
This whole podcast is a
You
shambles.
know what? Mrs. Incredible. There you go. Elastigirl. She's sick.
I don't see it.
No.
I get the idea behind it, but I'm not attracted to her specifically.
You choose This is Incredible over Mirage. I'm judging very
Yeah, I
hard.
would.
I'm judging.
Are you into the MILF thing then, Jay? Because she's definitely like
Oi, look out.
the character who's oh god.
Or Princess Jasmine. There you go.
Ooh,
Jasmine.
okay.
She's like.
My dad's a
I
midget.
mean,
How often do you think of someone's dad when you're shagging them? Daddy, it's not a nightclub. She's fit. I wonder what her dad's like.
The things that go through my head when I'm doing it is my business.
Oh god.
Right. To completely change the topic onto something exciting. So,
Are we anywhere near being able to end this shit show of an episode?
I've got a legit ghost story I can tell.
Okay,
Go
go
on.
for it. Back to the ghost shit.
Really? I'm alright with it.
This is so terrible.
wait.
Okay.
Just a quick one. So, do any
That's like next. Sorry.
exactly? Do any of you guys watch Star Wars?
Nope.
do better shit in the wood.
Fair enough. You know the new Obi-Wan series?
Alright.
Yeah.
It's being filmed in my town, and they've just made the set, which is pretty sick. They made like a whole Tatooine set in our town.
So what? They just randomly decide.
Alright, Eddie, your ghost story.
What?
Okay.
I thought that was so cool. You lot are dead.
Reese, that's sick, mate. But Eddie, what's your ghost story?
Right, so I have a mate who I went to sixth form with, and I got her permission, so I can actually name drop her here. Her name's Abby, alright? She fully said I'm going to say her name in her story. So, I went to sixth form with her. She was quite smart, and she managed to get into Cambridge University. And she stays in one of like the older halls of student halls on campus. She ended up staying in a room which apparently notoriously, people who stay in that room either leave that room within one term or just end up with mental health problems. That's her words.
Yeah, but who goes into uni and doesn't leave with mental health problems?
Yeah, to be fair,
I mean,
that's a bit of a...
I'm not talking about anxiety, I'm talking about in the corner of the room shaking, clutching across mental health problems. Like, that's the story she told me. I don't know whether she's capping. I don't have that many mates that go to Cambridge.
To
so
be fair, there's a couple stories about I think it was one of the Isambard Falls at Brunel, because some people before they had.
Pretty sure every uni. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every uni has like a story like this. And
when you put a certain amount of young people in a place and like have a history winding people up.
If you put enough students in one localized area with alcohol and the need to try and make yourself seem different to everyone else, someone's going to come up with a fake ghost story. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
But you know, I believe her when she said this. I'm not sure whether everyone, but I believe her. So what happened was she's staying in this hall, and apparently everything's going well for the first couple of weeks. Right? Then when she reaches week 3, she starts hearing tapping. Now, we all hear tapping in halls. It's because the pipes are shit. We all know that. The pipes haven't been upgraded in years.
Or someone is laying pipe.
Yeah, or someone is laying pipe, or someone's relapsing on their no-fap streak in the room next to them. Like, you never know, alright? But, like, she starts hearing tapping, alright? And she's like, she ends up, she knows the rumours about this room, so it starts playing with her head, okay? But she puts up with it because, it's student halls. You can't exactly just move, can you? You just have to, you put up or shut up. So she starts hearing tapping in the room and she gets on with it. And then later on that month, what happens is stuff just starts moving around in the kitchen and in her room. And, she doesn't lock her door. Not every student locks their doors. I made the mistake of not locking my door several times when I lived with Reese, and I often woke up, came back from work to find my mattress had been moved down 4 flights of stairs. People make that mistake.
You did that to me too.
Out of retaliation for you doing it to me. Anyway, so, if you leave your door unlocked at uni, someone's going to come into your room and fuck with shit. Alright? But... So far, all of what's happened to her, she's wrote off as, this is just uni shit. The pipes are shit, people coming into my room moving stuff about, stuff like that. Then one day, she apparently woke up with, a big old scratch down her arm. And, she thought it might be that she just, rolled over in the night and accidentally scratched herself. But, at this point... she's got exams this time as well. At this point, everything started playing with her head a little bit. And I remember she was messaging me as this is happening, just Ed, I'm gonna sound a bit crazy here. Do you?
If you're gonna sound a bit crazy, you go to Ed.
I'm not gonna get into this. Okay, but she messaged me. She's like, Ed, I'm gonna sound a bit crazy here, and she told me the full story. Do you think my room's haunted? And I've basically gone, no. I think what probably happened is the pipes are fucking shit in your hole. It's an old hole, alright? People have probably moved into your room. You probably told your flatmates about the pipes thing and you started freaking out. They've probably gone into your room, moved stuff about to freak you out a little bit. And you've probably just scratched yourself in the night. And like, she's gone, yeah, but what if? And I've gone, well, it means you got a demon attached to you. Get on with it. But like, what? And then, like, you know, then she's like, it all cooled down for a few months. But then, in the second year, she ended up moving into a different hall. But she started having these fucking intense lucid dreams where something was sitting on her chest. Like, she apparently said something was sitting on her chest. It felt like it was just weighing down on her. She couldn't fucking move. She couldn't breathe.
Don't make a true Geordie joke. Don't make a true Geordie joke. Don't make a true Geordie joke. Fuck.
I have no idea what you're referencing, so just do it.
No, it's fine. It's not deep. It's just funny.
But apparently she felt something just like weighing down on her chest for fucking ages, and like every night she would just be.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at my fucked up mind and what joke it's trying to lay things and jokes it's thinking of.
And every night she would just be like laying there with this thing on her chest, and like she apparently got to the point where she had to start taking sleeping medication because of the fact that she couldn't get to sleep, because like she was just terrified of waking up. Like she said she couldn't even describe what it was on her chest. She said it was like this black mass of an object, and like she genuinely said that she couldn't breathe. Like various things just started happening to her apparently while she was at Cambridge, and it's getting to the point apparently she's told me what she's genuinely considered dropping out because like she actually feels like there's actually a spirit attached to her.
Is it still going on now?
Well, she's had to move home obviously because of COVID, but like, you know, even let's assume that this is real, alright?
Stop bringing up Israel. We've been through this.
You know, I'm not touching that. All right, let's assume that it's fake. Let's assume that it's fake. All right. It just really goes to show how easy it is to convince yourself that fucked up shit's happening, even if it's not.
Well, the thing about the human mind is that we constantly want to understand everything, and that's why people always want to try and figure out or find explanations for why things are the way they are, whether it's for them or for other people, even when they don't know what the case is. And so any sort of thought that makes sense to why things could be happening, you will let yourself, in one way or another, believe because you want to at least understand what is going on, naturally. I mean, that's a lot of the science behind whether religion is true or not, why people can believe in it so much is because the natural want to understand. And that's not me touching on the facts on religion.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the whole don't bring up rape thing. So, you know, that's religion, abortion, politics, and economics. If you want to stay friends with someone, don't bring up rape.
Or just rape in general, even without the acronym.
To be fair, I don't think they're a real friend if you fall out over your...
You can disagree with someone politically.
I mean, I'll put it
Yeah,
this way, like, if you fall out over something so stupid, the friendship wasn't that strong.
Yeah.
But like, what I will say is that if you know that you don't agree with these things politically, there's no point poking the bear.
Well, there's a line. There's
Yeah.
always usually a line. Like, I can like someone as much as possible, but if they're into slavery and starving children, then maybe I'll question our friendship. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah, there is a line, that's true.
my line is that, like, I don't even have a line. Like, I'm friends with people of all ends of the political spectrum. That's like, I'm friends with communists to literal fascists. Like, for me, your politics don't touch you as a person. I might disagree with
No,
you.
I feel like to a certain extent that there's politics and then there's morals, and they can line that to some extent those two things line up.
We've gone into politics.
Yeah.
This is how it sneaks in.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I've already you know, flirted with cancel culture enough on this podcast, so I'm not gonna comment.
I'm just so glad that one episode got corrupted because.
Oh
my god.
I didn't even say anything that bad. It was just the facial expressions that would have fucked me. Like,
No, I honestly don't think it was that bad for you. I think it was just not entertaining.
it was a little bit too serious for episode 2, especially when the podcast is called "What the Fuck Happened Last Night."
Yeah. And on that note, if you want to find out what the fuck happened last night, maybe you'll find out next week.
You know what, though? It was all Jake Paul's fault. It all came from Jake Paul.
Yeah. It usually is.
Everything's always Jake Paul's fault.
Have you seen the new what Jake Paul's put out today?
No.
Let me have a look.
Oh,
Have you seen the McGregor shirt?
Oh, yeah.
McGregor got a shirt saying "fuck the Pauls."
Yeah, Jake Paul.
No, that was a Photoshop.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't properly see it. I just thought it was funny.
So on Jake Paul's Instagram, he's in a chicken shop and he goes, "Can I have one Conor McGregor sandwich?" And the staff are like, "Oh, one chicken sandwich." And then he's stood in front of like 100 boxes of chicken going, "I love all the chickens." And he looks to the side and there's a camera cut and he goes, "Except Conor McGregor. He's the biggest chicken of them all." And then he's playing with 2 pieces of chicken going,
No. So cringe.
I've just watched it.
He's got Conor McGregor's face like edited over this video on 1 piece of chicken, and then Dylan Dennis going,
No, can we move on? Can we move on? I just so cringe.
He is the epitome of immaturity, right? And I don't. Reese is the boxer here, but I'm gonna cut this, right? I'm gonna crop this out, and I'm gonna spam Jake Paul's Twitter with this on my personal Twitter. Jake Paul, you're a bitch. You're an immature child.
He knows that. He knows that, and he feeds off of that.
Like, what I've come to realise about Jake Paul is the same thing I've come to realise about Belle Delphine. She knows what she's doing. I'm not bringing this.
It always goes back to Belle Delphine.
I'm not bringing this up to like piss off Jay, but she knows what she's doing.
No.
She knows.
Wait, Eddie,
Don't listen to
Eddie, you just unintentionally proper bugged off Jay. Jay's getting all hard, like calling out Jake Paul, and then you're just like, yeah, him and Belle Delphine, you know.
No, but like, Belle knows what she's doing, and I get.
Eddie, hit us with an outro.
Oh God.
What's up, guys? That was what the fuck happened last night. I'm Ed, that's Reese, that's Ryan, that's Jay. And remember,
I'm so sorry.
And remember, if they think Scorpion's their favourite Mortal Kombat character, they're not the one.
Alright, good night, boys. I'm gonna go eat and go to bed.